In this unsettling video, a man named Sam was savoring his last few days of living alone before his girlfriend moved in. He spent the time in complete relaxation, binging television shows, and enjoying the quiet solitude of his home. But that calm was suddenly interrupted when something unexplainable made its presence known. What started as a peaceful stretch of freedom turned into a chilling reminder that he wasn't truly alone. It began with the door handle. Without warning, it rattled violently, as if someone was trying to force their way inside, followed by slow, deliberate knocks. Heart pounding, Sam gathered the courage to open the door, only to find nothing. No intruder, no visitor, just an empty hallway. Moments later, chairs shifted on their own inside the room, leaving him with a horrifying realization. Something paranormal had claimed his space. He hoped it was a one-time event. But the haunting had only just begun. 2 days later, while in the bathroom, Sam's fear returned. Once again, the doorknob shook aggressively. This time, he grabbed his phone and recorded the incident.
Right, so I'm just in the toilet, and as you can hear, the door's rattling. So, I feel quite trapped. But I'm going to open it and see what happens. If I actually unlocked the door, wouldn't it? Was that you? That couldn't have been you.
When he pulled the door open, the only thing outside was his cat, too small and weak to be the cause. Determined to find an explanation, he searched every corner nearby, but came up empty. Though he swore he heard footsteps, they led to nowhere, leaving behind only silence and dread. Desperate for help, Sam reached out to a ghost hunter, who told him he needed at least 3 separate recordings of the activity before they would investigate. That meant Sam had no choice but to endure another terrifying encounter.
Right, so the door's rattling again. So I'm just going to go and open it.
Leave it open.
Yeah.
What was that?
Mate, I'm not joking. What?
What did you see?
There was something looking around the corner. Right. What the actual...
For the third attempt, He asked his girlfriend to visit, too afraid to face the entity alone. He kept the haunting a secret from her, worried she'd refuse to come over if she knew. That decision proved fateful. During her stay, the door once again shook violently. But this time, something even more disturbing occurred. A shadowy apparition peeked around the corner, its gaze fixed directly on Sam. Terrified, he rushed to investigate, but just like every time before, there was no trace of anyone there. Only the suffocating silence remained, along with the chilling certainty that something unseen was still watching him. 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫𝐤 Homestead is a smaller YouTube channel devoted to exploring haunted locations, though they don't have the same reach as some of the bigger paranormal teams. In one video, they set their sights on an ancient castle in Scotland, a place locals believe is cursed by the dead. With a grim history of slaves and prisoners once locked away in its dungeons, many say the tormented spirits never left, unleashing their rage on anyone brave enough to enter. 𝐬𝐿EN herself was doubtful of the stories, but pushed forward with the investigation.
Catherine. Within its labyrinth of hallways and rooms, there's no sign of ghosts, but there's one place I haven't checked. It's now nearly 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm down here in the dungeon. We were having dinner earlier tonight down here. It's definitely a very, very different mood now. The rest of the castle have gone to bed. Now I should point out I'm the only one in the dungeon. Just me and my camera, and I'm facing the only doorway. So, had no signs of her tonight. But if ever you were going to see a ghost, do you think it would be here? So maybe it's all just rubbish. Maybe it's all just hocus pocus. Maybe there is no such thing as ghosts whatsoever. Anyway, I'm prepared to wait. Catherine. Oh, Catherine. The chair next to me is about to start thumping on its own. You'll be able to clearly hear it. It's creeping me out now. Okay, I get it. I'm going. Okay, Catherine, I get it. And something moves in the dungeon, but I'm not staying to find out what it is. I'm going. I'd like to think I'm a pretty rational person. But, if you're interested to play back what's on that tape. The chair banging on its own with such purpose is what scared me. And an intense electric feeling down the right side of my face and head. I don't see that, but I'm shaking like a leaf.
At first, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. In the daylight, the castle appeared silent, almost ordinary, and 𝐬𝐿EN began to wonder if the chilling tales were just folklore meant to attract tourists. But everything changed the moment she stepped into the basement. The atmosphere grew heavy, and then, without warning, a chair began slamming against the floor, as if being swung violently by invisible hands. Terrified, 𝐬𝐿EN bolted from the room, only for another object to shift on its own just seconds later. The eerie footage was perfect for the channel, undeniable proof of something strange. But by the next morning, the team made a decision. They packed up and left, unwilling to risk provoking whatever was haunting the castle any further. 𝐾𝐨 had installed a camera in her basement, not out of fear, but more out of simple curiosity. She never expected it to record anything out of the ordinary. But one night, while she slept peacefully upstairs, the footage captured something deeply unsettling. In the darkness of the basement, a figure emerged on the staircase, barely visible at first. When the video was brightened, however, the image became horrifyingly clear. A full-bodied apparition slowly creeping upward, each movement deliberate, as if it were carefully avoiding making any sound. 𝐾𝐨 had been entirely alone in her home that night. When she reviewed the recording the following day, a chill ran through her veins. The figure looked so real, so tangible. It could easily have been mistaken for an intruder. Yet there were no broken locks, no signs of entry, and nothing disturbed or stolen. Whatever walked her basement stairs that night has no explanation. And the mystery of who, or what, appeared on her camera remains unsolved. Rosanna was fast asleep one night when her peace was shattered by a series of piercing, bone-chilling screams echoing through the house. Jolted awake and trembling with fear, she fumbled for her camera, desperate to record whatever was unfolding around her.
𝐬𝐿.
The screams cut through the silence like knives, and then her bedroom door creaked open on its own. Heart racing, she slammed it shut, only for it to swing wide again just moments later. The realization that something unseen was forcing its way in left her frozen with dread. Summoning what little courage she had, Rosanna stepped into the hallway. That's when her camera caught something even more terrifying. A dark, shadowy blur lingering in the corner of the frame. The sight made her stumble backward into her room, shaken by the thought that she had just come face to face with a ghostly presence, or something far more sinister. Later, Rosanna admitted that the encounter left her shaken to her core, unable to sleep and plagued with unease. She confessed she might never truly understand what entered her home that night, but she'll never forget the sound of those screams, or the figure that seemed to be waiting for her in the dark. One evening, a husband and wife were getting their young daughter ready for bed when something terrifying happened. Around 9 p.m., the father gently asked if she was ready to sleep, but the playful little girl refused, insisting she needed a few more minutes. Eventually, the mother left the room to rest, leaving the father in charge of bedtime. That's when things took a disturbing turn.
Hey girlie, you ready to take a nap?
No.
No? 5 more minutes, then we have to go sleep, okay? We're gonna have to turn Peppa Pig off.
No.
I'm sorry, I know.
Without warning, the toy cabinet behind the safety gate burst open, sending toys crashing violently onto the floor. Both father and daughter froze in shock, too stunned to move. Seconds later, they rushed to find the mother, struggling to explain what they had just witnessed. From that night forward, their daughter began waking up from nightmares, insisting that ghosts were visiting her after dark. And to this day, the family can only hope those haunting dreams have finally let her rest in peace.